Let's make a bar and a rolled ice cream. Chopping up whole chocolate bars is pretty difficult, but we'll roll with it. If I really wanted this to roll well, I'd have to blend up the chocolate. And we're gonna try and spread it out. It is very chunky. And it's time to roll. For how many chunks were in this one, actually rolled pretty well. Now toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. This one tasted good and had a good texture. 8 out of 10. Fall if you like Mr. Beast. Let's make a zinger rolled ice cream. This is my favorite and I think most underrated Hostess snack. It's like a Twinkie but actually has a personality. I definitely find it interesting though how many people hate coconut. And it's time to roll. Now we're going to toss them all in the cup and it's time for the taste test. It's really good but the cream filling throws it off a little bit. 9 out of 10. Fall if you like zingers. Will nacho cheese roll? Let's find out. Comment your guesses down below. I'm going to go with no. But hey, I've been wrong before, so. It was a lot more resistant to freezing than I expected, so that was kind of promising. And will it roll? No. Follow if you didn't think this would roll. Let's make Mountain Dew Major Melon rolled ice cream. If you know me, you know I love artificial watermelon flavoring. So I was really excited when I saw this flavor came out, but it was kind of disappointing to me, to be honest. But anyway, comment down below your favorite Mountain Dew flavor and what one do you think is better, Code Red or Voltage. I'm Team Voltage all the way. Time for the taste test. Not good, 3 out of 10. Fall if you'd eat this for 20 bucks. Will SpongeBob roll? Let's find out. First, we gotta let him melt. Comment your guesses down below, but I don't think there's any way this rolls. Now we're gonna spread out, and fun fact, SpongeBob's fruit punch flavored, and will it roll? Yes, it will. Follow if your guess was right. Let's make airplane cookies and a rolled ice cream. This is definitely the hardest video material I've ever had to get. I had to drive down to Seattle and then fly back up to Bellingham just to get these cookies. So this is basically my most expensive video ever. But anyway, it's time to roll. Then we're going to go ahead and toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Guess I gotta book another flight, 9.6, fall if you'd eat this. Let's make Fanta Premier Orange from Japan into rolled ice cream. Shout out Professor Snacks for sending this out. This soda is definitely interesting. It more resembles like orange juice than it does like soda. It's not very sweet, so if you don't like sugary sodas, this is the thing for you. And it's time to roll. And now it's time for the taste test. Tastes like an orange creamsicle, 8.4, fall if you try this. Will Cool Whip roll? Let's find out. Comment your guesses down below. I'm going to go with no because it's basically just oil and xanthan gum. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out. And will it roll? I'm going to have to go with no. Well, I mean, it kind of did. Follow if you thought this would roll. Let's make water rolled ice cream. And as always, I spared no expense for you guys. I got Evian water. And we're going to add the ice cream base and start blending it together. As you can hear, this is very scratchy. And it's time to roll. This one definitely doesn't roll great, but it rolls better than you think it would. Now it's time for the taste test. It was very icy, 3 out of 10. Fall if you need water to live. I get a lot of questions on how we clean it. We start by turning it off. We're going to wipe off the cream, and we're going to spray our bleach water. And then wipe it off and make sure it's dried good. And follow for more. Let's make an Otter Pop life hack using a rolled ice cream machine.
A few moments later.
For the low cost of $5,000, you'll never have to wait again. Follow if this was not helpful. Will Cheese Whiz roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. Nacho cheese didn't roll, and I don't think this one will either. And if you're wondering, that's what a whole can of Cheese Whiz looks like. We're going to go ahead and spread it out. And will it roll? Yes. Follow and comment down below what's next. Let's make golden Oreos rolled ice cream. Comment down below how you feel about golden Oreos. They're pretty good, but I'm not going to buy them over normal Oreos. If you didn't say anything and handed me one, I'd probably be just kind of disappointed it wasn't lemon. And it's time to roll. Also, comment down below what your favorite Oreo is. Mine's definitely peanut butter. Now it's time for the taste test. Kind of lacking flavor, 6 out of 10. Fall if you like Oreos. Let's make Fig Newton rolled ice cream. Comment down below, do you like Fig Newtons or no? I love them. However, I can understand the other side because if I didn't grow up with them, I probably would have never tried them. To be fair, I really like them, but it's not like it's something I buy at the store. And it's time to roll. Now toss them on the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Kind of got a weird texture, 7 out of 10. Fall if you like Fig Newtons. Let's make Dr. Pepper rolled ice cream. Comment down below, do you like Dr. Pepper? I think it's definitely the best of the colas by miles. However, I can definitely understand people not liking Dr. Pepper. It kind of has like a medicine-y taste to it. And it's time to roll. I think you'd also be surprised how different soda tastes when it gets put in ice cream. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. Fall if you like Dr. Pepper. Will Bounty Spread from the UK roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. And can someone from the UK answer this question for me? What's your guys' fascination with spreads? And will it roll? No. Follow if your guess was correct. Will alcoholic whipped cream roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. I'm going to have to go with no because this isn't even dairy. It doesn't even need to be refrigerated. This one's pretty hard to spread out. And will it roll? No. Follow if you didn't think this would roll. Will cream cheese roll? Let's find out. And as always, comment your guesses down below. This started to freeze up the second it touched the board, which was kind of surprising. And will cream cheese roll? No. Follow and comment down below what we should try and roll next. Let's make Yasso Poppables into a rolled ice cream. And we're going to go ahead and add our ice cream base to the Greek yogurt base and the Yasso. If you never had Yasso Poppables, they're only 60 calories a piece, and they're like Dibs, but with a really good quality ice cream. And it's time to roll. I'm super excited for this one because the coating on the Poppables is incredible. It's a dark chocolate quinoa coating. The flavor of the shell stood out amazing. 9 out of 10. Fall if you'd try this. Let's make Dunkaroos rolled ice cream. Comment down below whether or not you've had Dunkaroos. I think they're okay. I definitely think they're kind of a kiddie snack though. It's also hard to chop up white cookies because they just blend into the cream. And we're going to finish spreading it out, and it's time to roll. Now toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Not my favorite. 6 out of 10. Fall if you'd try this. Let's make Mountain Dew Spark rolled ice cream. First, we're going to make our little Mountain Dew slushy and then add our ice cream base. I'm going to be honest, I think this is the worst Mountain Dew they've made. I just don't like this one. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out, and it's time to roll. Comment down below what your top 3 favorite Mountain Dew flavors are. Now toss it all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. 4 out of 10. Fall if you'd try this. Will whipped cream roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. I give this one a 0% chance of rolling. And we're going to go ahead and spread out. I just don't see how whipped cream could roll. And will it roll? Somehow, yes. Follow if you thought this would roll. Let's make a Boston cream donut Pop-Tart into rolled ice cream. You know what? I'm probably one Pop-Tart slander video away from a season assist from Pop-Tart, so I'm just going to keep my comments to myself. But one quick thing, this is straight disrespectful to all Boston cream donuts out there. And it's time to roll. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a no comment out of 10. Fall if you try this. Let's make Fanta Melon from Japan into a rolled ice cream. I don't know why, but the bottles and colors of all the exotic Fantas is just super satisfying to me. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out. And it's time to roll. Also, shout out to Professor Snacks for sending this out. Now we're going to go ahead and toss it all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Really cool flavor, 7 out of 10. Fall if you try this. Let's make Devil Mountain Coffee Espresso rolled ice cream. We're going to add our ice cream base in the espresso shot and start mixing it together. If you haven't heard about Devil Mountain Coffee, they're the strongest coffee in the world, but also incredibly smooth. Tag them down below, so shoot them a follow, and you can also order at devilmountaincoffee.com, and it's time to roll. Now toss it all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Espresso just hits different, 9.2, fall if you like coffee. Let's make a SpongeBob popsicle into a rolled ice cream. The reason this one's extra derpy is because I brought stuff home from the store and forgot to put it in the freezer. And before you comment, I know I forgot to take something out. I forgot to take out the gumball eyes. And it's time to roll. I tried to only spread it one way so we had like a cool horizon color. And now it's time for the taste test. Texture and flavor were kind of weird. 4 out of 10. Fall if you try this. Will agave nectar roll? Let's find out. Fun fact about agave nectars, it's super low on the glycemic index, so it doesn't really spike your blood sugar. And we're going to go ahead and spread it out. And will it roll? No. And I know half my comment section is going to be, it looks like wax, dude. Follow if this was satisfying. Will sweetened condensed milk roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. Although this is part of our ice cream base, I don't think it's going to roll on its own. And we're going to go ahead and spread it out. And the machine's at negative 30 degrees, so I'm doing my best to freeze it. And will it roll? Unfortunately not. Fall if you didn't think this would roll. Will coconut milk roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. Now we're going to go ahead and spread out. It's starting to freeze up pretty quick. It's not too promising. And will it roll? Unfortunately not. Follow if your guess was correct. Let's make a root beer rolled ice cream. You know what I find interesting? How popular root beer floats are, but nobody's ever made a root beer ice cream that I know of. Also, comment down below, do you like root beer? I know a lot of people think it tastes like medicine. Now we're going to finish spreading it out, and it's time to roll. Oh, and if you do like root beer, comment down below what the best root beer is. I'd have to say Mugs. And it's time for the taste test. Oop, gotta try that again. 8 out of 10. Fall if you try this. Let's make Buckeye brownies into rolled ice cream. And you guys see that cross section? Cross section, don't lie. If you want the one I'm making right now, this one's called the MVP. You can get it at buckeyebrownies.com. I also tag them down below, so shoot them a follow. And it's time to roll. These brownies are also a ½ pound each, so when I picked up the box, I thought they sent me like gold bricks. This one had so much going on, but I love it. 8.7. Fall if you'd try this. Let's make Reese's Cups into rolled ice cream. Fun fact, Reese's Cups are the #1 candy in the US, but I think they should be the #1 candy in the world, because the #1 candy in the world is Snickers, and Snickers are trash. But anyway, it's time to roll. I actually like the seasonal shape Reese's because they're easier to chop up. This one was great. 9 out of 10. Fall if you like Reese's. Will Chick-fil-A sauce roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. Also, comment down below if I should do the other Chick-fil-A sauces. And will it roll? Kinda. Follow if you like Chick-fil-A sauce. Let's make Coca-Cola Starlight and a rolled ice cream. Comment down below if you guys have tried this yet. I don't think it tastes much different from normal. Also, comment down below what's better, Pepsi or Coca-Cola. I'd have to say Dr. Pepper. And it's time to roll. Usually the Coca-Cola ice creams just taste like watered down Coca-Cola, but it's time for the taste test. This was pretty bland, 4 out of 10, fall feel like Coca-Cola. Let's make a donut and coffee rolled ice cream. We're going to use our Devil Mountain coffee grounds and a couple donut holes. If you haven't heard of Devil Mountain coffee, they're the strongest coffee in the world, and that's nice for this because I don't have to add as much coffee grounds because it can make it kind of gritty. And it's time to roll. Comment down below if this is acceptable to eat in the morning. I say why not. Now we're going to toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. This one's a lot of fun and tastes good. 8.5, fall feel like coffee. Will Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. Also, while you're down there, comment down below your favorite Chick-fil-A sauce. I really don't like the Polynesian. And will it roll? Unfortunately not. If you're new, follow if you like Chick-fil-A. Will Root Beer Float Premier Protein roll? Let's find out. They knocked it out of the park with this flavor, but it is limited, so check out my bio. And will it roll?
No.
Does it taste fire?
Yeah.
Will Prime roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. This was my first time having Prime, and to be honest, I was very impressed. And will it roll? No. If you're new, follow if you thought this would not roll. Will Nutella roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. I had to turn the machine to negative 30 degrees Celsius just to give this one a chance. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out. And will it roll? Kinda. Comment down below if that counts, and if you're new, follow if you like Nutella. Will a Rolex roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. And now we're going to add our ice cream base. Huge shout out to Timepiece Trading. If you want to buy a watch, DM me on IG and I'll get you hooked up. Now we're going to go ahead and let's make Mountain Dew Baja Blast rolled ice cream. I don't really drink soda, but Baja Blast is definitely the best Mountain Dew flavor. Comment down below what your favorite is. I can't even imagine how much of a revenue boost Mountain Dew would get if they sold Baja Blast year round. Now we're going to finish spreading it out, and it's time to roll. This rolled so nice, and I thought I did a pretty good job on the color. Now toss it all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. And 7 out of 10, fall feel like Baja Blast. Let's make a Mike and Ike cherry soda and no rolled ice cream. Shout out to Professor Snacks for sending this out. We're going to go ahead and add our ice cream base. When I drank it, it was warm and it really just kind of tasted like sweet medicine, but I got to try it cold. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out. And it's time to roll. I don't know why, but all the drink rolled ice creams have been turning out really good lately. Now toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. It was pretty good in the ice cream, 7 out of 10. If you're new, follow if you like Mike and Ike's. Will Milky Way spread from the UK roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. Shout out Professor Snacks for sending this out. If you're from the UK, can you guys explain your fascination for spreads? And will it roll? Yes, it will. It did turn it down negative 30, but if you're new, follow if you guess correctly. Let's make a Dr. Pepper cream soda rolled ice cream. Comment down below how you feel about Dr. Pepper. I know a lot of people think it tastes like medicine. I personally like Dr. Pepper, and I think the cream soda one's one of the best sodas out there. We've been doing a good job rolling the drink rolled ice creams lately, so let's see if we can keep the streak. And it's time to roll. And luckily, these did roll nicely again. Now we're going to toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. This was a creamy overload in your mouth, 5 out of 10. Fall if you try this. Will ketchup roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. I'm going to have to go with an absolutely not. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out, and will it roll? Let's find out. I mean, this one was so obvious. I knew this one wasn't going to roll. I give up. These were the tightest rolls I've ever done. Follow if this was satisfying. Let's make Mountain Dew Purple Thunder rolled ice cream. I guess you can only get this one at Circle K, so thank you, Russ, for grabbing this for me. I hope their version of grape soda is better than their version of orange soda, because Mountain Dew Livewire is trash. Now we're going to go ahead and spread out. Also, comment down below what your top 3 favorite Mountain Dews are, and it's time to roll. Now we're going to go ahead and toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. It tasted like cotton candy, 8 out of 10. If you're new, follow if you want to try this Mountain Dew. Will caramel roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. I'm going to have to go with no, but I turned it down to negative 30 to give it the best chance possible. I know half my comment section is going to be, it looks like wax, dude. Or, it looks more like distillate. And will it roll? No, follow if you guess correctly. Will Prime roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. Also, we have our grand opening on August 19th in Bellingham, Washington. Come through. And will it roll? No, but Prime is very good. Let's make Mystery Fanta and a rolled ice cream. The zero sugar ones are kind of a pain, and I'm 99.1% sure this looks like. Now we're going to go ahead and add our ice cream base. And just a reminder, we're having our grand opening on August 19th in Bellingham, Washington. Check my bio for the address. I'd love to see my TikTok followers there, so if you're close, come through. And it's time to roll. I think the mystery Fanta tastes like cotton candy. Now it's time for the taste test, and 4 out of 10, fall if you want to try the new Fanta. Will barbecue sauce roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. And while you're down there, what's the best barbecue sauce? I gotta say it's Kinder's by miles. And if you're close, we're having our grand opening in Bellingham, Washington on August 19th. We would love to see you there, and will it roll? No, fall if you guess correctly. Will Alfredo sauce roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. Also, while you're down there, comment down below whether you like white sauce or red sauce better. I'm white sauce all the way. Now we're gonna finish spreading it out, and will it roll? Unfortunately not. Follow if you guess correctly. Let's make Coca-Cola Dream World into rolled ice cream. First we got Coca-Cola Starlight, now we got Coca-Cola Dream World. They're just making every flavor but something that actually exists lately. I tried it on its own, it kind of tastes peachy. Also, our grand opening's been pushed back to September 24th. If your parents are going to bring you, just have them join our Facebook event. And it's time to roll. Also, comment down below if you've tried this flavor yet. It's pretty new, so probably not many have. This is gross, 2 out of 10, fall if you try this. This is day 1 of making rolled ice cream out of rolled ice cream until you can no longer tell an entire bottle of red food coloring was added to the first rolled ice cream. So comment down below how many days you think that will take. There's no way you guys are seeing this when I posted it because TikTok's 1000% putting this under review. There's no filter on this video, it is just that obnoxiously red. And now it's time to roll. There's so much food coloring in this, it even kind of rolled funny. Now we're going to set 2 aside for the next day and follow to see day 2. Let's make 4D gummy blocks into rolled ice cream. What's crazy is you can build with these, so I built a little person. A family friend actually brought these from China, so Arima, if you're seeing this, thank you. The gelatin used in these is definitely a lot firmer than over here, and it wasn't really chopping up, but oh well, we'll roll with it. Now we're going to finish spreading it out, and it's time to roll. It didn't roll too bad for just rolling straight over the gummies. Now we're going to toss them all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Just tastes like vanilla, 5 out of 10, fall if you try this. Will orange prime roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. It's pretty cool that you can see it freeze. While you're down there, if you've had prime, comment down below how you feel about it. And will it roll? No, fall if you guess correctly. Let's make coffee crisp from Canada and the rolled ice cream. Speaking of Canada, I'm going to Vancouver this weekend for my anniversary, so if this is fire, I might have to pick up a couple more. I tried this on its own. It's pretty good. It's like a firmer Kit Kat, but with a little coffee flavor. And it's time to roll. Also, just another reminder, we are having our grand opening in Bellingham, Washington on September 24th. And now it's time for the taste test. The coffee's kind of gone, 8.5, fall if you try this. Let's make Yasso mochi and the rolled ice cream. Y'all have been wanting me to do mochi for quite a while, but I didn't know how well it chop up, but let's find out. If you've never had Yasso's mochi, it is mochi wrapped around their Greek yogurt ice cream base, which is phenomenal. These are also only 80 calories a piece, so you can enjoy them guilt-free. And it's time to roll. Yasso's at most grocery stores, but you can also order them at yasso.com. And now it's time for the taste test. The mochi added such a cool texture, 9 out of 10. Follow Yasso if you'd try this. I'm showing off the little ice cream center. This is day 2 of making rolled ice cream out of rolled ice cream until you can no longer tell an entire bottle of food coloring was added to the first rolled ice cream. You're still probably not going to see this when I post it because TikTok's definitely going to put it under review. And if you haven't already, comment down below how many days you think that will take. It's definitely still redder than I thought it would be, so I think this is going to be a while. Now it's time to roll, and it's definitely still red, so we're going to toss 2 in the cup for the next day and follow to see day 3. Will dairy-free whipped cream roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. In my most viewed video where I thought whipped cream wouldn't roll, you all clowned me and said, of course it would roll, it's dairy, you idiot. Oh yeah? Well, watch this. And now it's time to watch it roll. The first one didn't roll, maybe the second one. Maybe the third. Follow if you guess correctly. Will Fruity Pebble syrup roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. Another reminder, we are having our grand opening on September 24th in Bellingham, Washington. I wish I could describe to you guys how artificial this smells, and what are we doing with Fruity Pebble syrup. And will it roll? No. Follow if you guess correctly.
Let's make Cinefuego Toast Crunch into rolled ice cream. It's limited edition, and I tried it, and it's super spicy. Hopefully it tastes better in the ice cream. And now it's time to roll. Now we're gonna put it all in the cup, and it's time for the taste test. Kinda tasted like eggnog, 10 out of 10. Follow if you would try this.
This is day 3 making rolled ice cream out of rolled ice cream until you can no longer tell an entire bottle of red food coloring was added to the first rolled ice cream. TikTok's still probably going to put this under review, so you may not be seeing it when I post it. I really appreciate all the love on the series. Also, grand opening on September 24th in Bellingham, Washington. We'd love to see you guys there. It's definitely still red, so we're going to set 2 aside and fall for day 4. Will Cranch roll? As always, comment your guesses down below. And while you're down there, if anyone's tried Cranch, let me know. It's just something I don't think I can get behind. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out. Also, we're having our grand opening on September 24th in Bellingham, Washington. We're trying to have a crazy grand opening, so we'd love to see you. And will it roll? No. Fall if you guess correctly. Will truffle mayonnaise roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. I completely blanked. I want to thank you guys for 1.2 million, and thank you for Truff for sending this out. Now we're going to go ahead and spread it out. To be honest, I don't really think there's any way this is going to roll. I had to turn it way down and let it sit a while, but will it roll? Yes. Follow if you guess correctly. This is day 4 of making rolled ice cream out of rolled ice cream until you can no longer tell an entire bottle of red food coloring was added to the first rolled ice cream. If you haven't already, comment down below how many days you think that will take. We're definitely seeing some color change because we went from the red robes from Star Wars to like a bubblegum pink. And now it's time to roll. These have been pretty hard to roll because by the time I get the color all mixed up, it's a little bit overly frozen. Still not white yet, so we're going to set some aside and fall so you don't miss day 5. Will orange crush syrup roll? Let's find out. As always, comment your guesses down below. I actually got this from Dank Mart when I was up in Vancouver. I'll actually be dropping a video with them in a couple hours. Now we're going to go ahead and spread out, and will it roll? It's looking kind of promising. This was the most surprising will it roll by a mile. Orange Crush syrup will roll. Fall if this was satisfying. Let's make Fanta Dragon Fruit from France into rolled ice cream. Huh, they went more with the mango coloring, I guess. I was planning on using some red food coloring, but if you're following the series, you know I'm out. Now we're going to start blending it all together. Just another reminder, we are having our grand opening on September 24th in Bellingham, Washington. If you're close, pull up. Or if you're far, I guess that'd be even more cool. And now it's time to roll, and then it's time for the taste test. Flavor wasn't really there, 4 out of 10, fall if you try this Fanta. I was in Vancouver over the weekend, so let's check out Dankmart. I honestly felt like I was in video material heaven. They had a whole wall of exotic cereals. What was also cool is they had some things that were familiar from back home. They also had so many cool gummies. I actually like gummy candy a lot better than like chocolate and stuff. And they basically had every kind of Pop-Tart, and they had a ton of chips as well. And if you're hype beast but still like mac and cheese, they had Supreme mac and cheese. They also had a ton of drinks. They had wrap snacks, they had exotic Fantas, Mountain Dews you can't get anymore. I wanted to take some of these home, but they wouldn't have made it home. Shoot them a follow down below. If you're ever in Vancouver, make sure you add this to your list. Everyone was so incredibly nice. They even let us come in early to film. This is day 5 of making rolled ice cream out of rolled ice cream until you can no longer tell an entire bottle of red food coloring was added to the first rolled ice cream. Thank you all so much for 1.3 million. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you follow because almost 14 million of you saw day 1 and only 1 million saw day 4. And now it's time to roll. It's definitely still not white yet, so we're going to set 2 aside and follow so you don't miss day 6. Let's make raspberry and blueberry Oreos from China into rolled ice cream. Also, shout out Professor Snacks for sending this out. These definitely had a very strong smell to them. Now we're going to finish chopping them up and we're going to go ahead and spread it out. Comment down below what your favorite Oreo is. Mine's peanut butter. And it's time to roll. Now we're going to go ahead and toss them all in the cup and it's time for the taste test. It's a really odd flavor combo. I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10. Fall if you try this Oreo. Let's make a strawberry shortcake ice cream bar into rolled ice cream. Now we're going to go ahead and chop it up. And before you comment, I know I forgot something. I forgot to tell you guys we're having our grand opening on September 24th in Bellingham, Washington. Now we're going to go ahead and spread out and it's time to roll. These did roll pretty nice. The crumbles made it a little bit hard though. Now we're going to toss them in the cup and it's time for the taste test. I'm not sure why, but my mouth felt really tingly after this one. 5 out of 10. Follow if you like strawberry shortcake bars.